Welcome to practice. I'm Donna Cavanough, and we're going to begin standing today. And you're going to have your feet under your hips and feet parallel, legs parallel. And as you stand and start to find your breath, also find the length of your spine and the openness of your front body, the anchor of your back body in your mountain pose, your Tadasana. Relaxed shoulders, and close your eyes and just noticing whether you feel quite even from side to side, or maybe there's little adjustments. You might want to wiggle your feet, or just letting yourself balance and distribute the weight evenly between your feet. What is there to discover? Beautiful. And we're going to roll. And when we roll forward and lift up, we are going to be stretching the skin of the back so that you just can feel that stretch, that lengthening of the spine. But notice it will squash the organs, so it's a little bit of a massage there. So we're going to roll forward and roll up. And let's do that with the breath. You're going to follow your breath, and as you exhale, roll forward. The air is being expelled. And as you roll up, we're drawing the air into the lungs. And rolling forward. And rolling up. And rolling forward. And up. And this time we're going to add a little shoulder movement as well. Lift the shoulders up to the ears and roll the shoulder blades down. And then rolling forward. And rolling up and lifting the shoulders up to the ears and rolling the shoulder blades down. And one more of those. Rolling forward. And rolling up and lifting the shoulder blades up to the ears and rolling down. And we're going to add the arms in now. But we're going to do our forward bend differently. So rather than rolling forward and stretching the back, when we forward bend, we're going to keep the bones of the spine embedded forward. So we're going to take the arms up by the ears now and look up. And then bring the arms down, bringing the spine forward. So it's a different feeling for the back. Notice you've got room for your belly and your chest now. And we're going to do still following the breath. So as you lift up and your arms are up, we look up and inhaling. And then as you exhale, bring the bones of the spine forward, find your forward bend. Lovely. So in this way of practicing now, we stretch the back of the legs, but not the spine. So we've found a supported, healthy spine shape. Different ways of moving. And noticing what the difference is. Sometimes we do need to feel that nice stretch in the back, but being able to forward bend in this way so that we rely on the stretchiness of the hamstring and not the back, safer for the back, especially if we're adding weight, like lifting something. Beautiful. All right, and then Tadasana. We're going to Stand facing the long edge of the mat and step your feet out to a wide distance. You can jump, excuse me for a second, jump or step. And we're going to turn the toes in and give the outside edge of your feet a nice stretch. Good, press them down. Lift your kneecaps, your quadriceps, hip, belly. Beautiful. And then we're going to forward bend again, but keeping the bones of the spine forward. So that feeling of healthy spine. You can put your hands on your legs or on the floor, under the floor. Good, so still pressing down, outside edges of the feet, so you can lift up the inner arches of the feet and lift your kneecap and lift your sit bones. Lovely. Reach your arms forward, so walk the hands forward, and then we'll find the biggest, longest stretch we can from the hips through the sides of the waist, the armpits, the arms. Nice. And walk your hands back under your shoulders. Turn the heels in and the toes out. And start to drop your sit bones towards the floor. So we start to get that nice stretch in the hips. And we're going to straighten one leg and bend the other and go from side to side. Following the flow of breath. No need to make really big movements to start with. Just exploring your movement. If you find you can start to stretch a little deeper, you can walk your hands from side to side so that it feels good for your hips, your knees. Nice. All right, come back to center and turn the toes in. And we're going to walk the hands over to the left side. And what I want you to do is reach with your right arm as far as you can to the left so that you're really stretching your right waist and your right lower back. Lifting kneecaps, lifting quadriceps. Beautiful, and then back to center. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right side and really reach with your left hand. Lengthening left waist, left ribs, neck is nice and relaxed here. Strong legs. Okay, great. And back to center. Bend your knees and roll yourself up. Bone by bone. Nice work. You can step or jump or wiggle your feet. Remember, a little bit of jumping is good for your bones. Reminds them to stay strong. Okay. We're going to be in Tadasana. And then we're going to step or jump the feet out again, this time for trikonasana. So your own leg length. And turn your right foot out at 90 degrees and your left foot in about 30 degrees. All right, we'll take the arms out from the shoulder. Use the arms like a lever. So reach them back to start with. So you're right at the back of your range of movement. Feel how broad the chest is there. But then try and take your left hand back. So you're really bringing the ribs to face parallel to that long edge of the mat. Good. Try to take your left hip back. So you feel your front torso really parallel to the edge of the mat. Great. And we're going to try and keep that shape. The arms back. Beautiful. Let's reach the right arm out. And we're going to reach over the right leg and we'll feel how straight and strong the legs are. Great. And then when you've reached as far as you can, don't let the left arm swing forward. So keep it reaching back. Take the right arm down. And we keep the left hip back, the left ribs back, the left arm back, and reach up into trikonasana. triangle pose. Now, we were trying to work a little differently with the arms, so just check in what's happened with the shoulders. My left shoulder tends to creep up and push into my neck. So we want to keep the left arm back, but also draw the shoulder blades down. So you've got room for your neck to be comfortable. Good, so your legs are feeling strong, and we're lengthening through the spine here. Notice the shape of your spine, whether the left ribs make a banana shape, a rainbow shape. See if you can lengthen your right rib and left rib reach down towards the beautiful. And then inhale and coming up. And we're going to turn the feet to the second side. Ooh. Bringing the front of the hips towards the edge of the mat. Lifting the calf. Lovely. So we're going to reach back with the right arm, the right rib, the right hip. And then we'll reach out with the left arm. Reaching your spine as long as you can, but keep that right side of the body reaching back. Beautiful. And arms. So right hip is reaching back, right rib is reaching back. Right on the back of the hand. Notice how your shoulders are in relation to the neck. Like, bring the shoulders down. Beautiful. Okay, well, the arms up and put the hands back. I'm going to turn the back to the floor. Let's get this one. Roll. Okay, so left leg, rolling back to deep. Left hand. Oh, reaching. But then the sides of the leg lengthen. One, four, five, six, five. Lift up. Strong step. The right side of the body reaching back. Good. And then the left. Trikonasana. The right hip rolls back, right rib, back of the right hand is back. Keep space for your neck. Beautiful, strong leg. And then see if you can lengthen the sides of the waist. The left waist lengthening. Oh, trikonasana. I love finding the lovely. Aware, feet, core, lifting, and feeling balance. So beautiful. Bring the feet to face forward and jump yourself back to Tadasana. Finding your mountain pose. The feeling in your body here, that kind of practice. Where you can find a little more space and ease, where you can find the tension of strength of muscles working strongly to lift the spine, to lengthen your lower back. Great. Let's do wide legs again, so jumping out again. and a little bit wider feet this time. Turn your right foot out, and this one is for warrior 2. So we'll take the arms up from the shoulders again and bending your right knee. Now, what happens here? The quite normal tightnesses in the human body means what this usually looks like is the left hip swings forward and the right knee falls into center. We kind of want to bring everything back to center, but we want to look for openness. So we're trying to bring the right knee to the little toe side of the foot and the left hip to also the little toe side of the left foot. So we're opening, like opening to the center of the book. Good. And we're going to bring the sit bones, the bottom, as close to the floor as you can. And of course, you're listening to your body, so seeing how your knee and hips feel with that. Let's reach the hands back again. Notice the difference it makes when you really use the arms to their full range of movement. Ooh. And we're going to turn the whole torso and look left, and then just your head and look right. So now we've got the left hip rolling back, the left ribs rolling back. Good, and draw the shoulder blades down so your neck is long. And we're finding that deep breath. And as you drop the hips, lift the pelvic floor. Feel like you have internal muscular support. And finding your breath. That is beautiful. All right, we're going to bring the right elbow to the right knee and the left arm by the left ear. And we're going to roll back the left hip and the left ribs and looking up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Lifting up. And turning your feet to the second side. And bending your left knee. Let's reach the arms back. Ooh. And lifting the pelvic floor, the internal muscular support. So what will happen here normally is it feels like the belly is spilling forward, and we really want to draw the belly back in to sit in the pelvis. The arms are reaching back, shoulder blades down so the neck is nice and relaxed. And finding your flow of breath. Finding here where you are strong, where you could find a little more space. Warrior. And then lifting up. Very nice. Bring the hands in, and you're going to jump your feet or wiggle them, or however it feels good to get back to Tadasana. We're going to explore Warrior 3. Bring your hands in front of your heart, and we're going to bend the knees a little bit and step the left leg behind you. And we're going to reach back with the left hip toes as far as you can. So I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. And we're tipping the torso forward. The bend is at the hip crease, not in the spine. So we've got that feeling of healthy spine. The bones embedding forward. The core of the body thoroughly supporting. And then see if you can tip forward a little bit more, which means that your left toes will come up off the floor. Good, and you might even be able to tip forward so that your chest becomes parallel to the floor and the left leg parallel to the floor, but we try to keep the hips level to the floor. Whoa. Good, and then you're going to lift up and bring your left foot in front. And lift the left foot high. So we're balanced on the right leg, lifting the left leg high, relaxing your shoulders. All right, now we're going to try and hold the left, really squeeze the knee in as close as it will come to your chest. Whoa. And then see if you can hold it there. Let go of your hands, holding your balance. Great. And when you place that foot down, try to find your intention of where you're going to put it before you actually place it and transfer weight. Great. And we're going to do the second side. So feet are hip width, knees are a little bit bent. Bring the hands in front of your heart. Stretch your right leg back behind you. Toes to the floor. Beautiful. So we're only bent at the hip crease of your left leg, and feel the bones of your spine dense and embedding forward, and feel the core of your body really supporting a healthy spine here. Finding your breath. Beautiful. And then see how you go, tipping your torso a little bit further forward. So your right leg is lifting off the floor. You might even be able to bring yourself all the way parallel to the floor, or in that arc of movement. And we bring the hips level to the floor. Good. And then we're going to lift up. Oh, I'm really struggling today. We're going to lift up and bring the right foot in front. And see if you can squeeze your knee into your chest. So I know sometimes we feel so wobbly like I am today. You need to keep your tiptoes near the floor. But if you can, lift your knee and squeeze it in. Great. And then really try and keep the knee in and release your hands, holding your balance. Beautiful. See if you can put that foot down without falling back into position. Finding where you're going to land in your Tadasana. And just taking notice, close your eyes. We started the practice here. Whoa. Sometimes the struggle of all that balancing, those strong standing poses, we just feel a bit like we've worked really hard to see what that feels like in your body. And find your breath. And see where you can make more space for your shoulders, the length of your spine. Always use the legs powerfully. Those beautiful big leg muscles. So if you lift them, your lower back gets more space, more length. And pressing the bones of the spine forward, the shoulder blades forward, so we get a spacious feeling for the ribs, the heart, and the lungs. And enjoying the breath. Lovely. And on our journey to being able to sit on the floor without using hands and get up again, let's practice part of that movement. So the squatting part. Take your feet a little wider than your hips and your toes pointing out. And you just double check as you do your little squat that your knees are okay. It shouldn't hurt your knees, so don't go so far that it would hurt your knees. You're just going to work in your range of movement that feels safe for your knees, which might just be this little small squatting. Okay, otherwise you can take your sit bones closer to the floor, but I want you to keep your heels on the floor. So only go so far as you can keep the heels down, and then we press the heels and we lift up. Okay, so we're going to be going up and down in our safe range of movement. Please lift the pelvic floor. So even if you're just doing the little ones, we want an opportunity to really have that internal muscular support. So let's go up and down. And you can use your hands however it helps you balance and keep your heels on the floor. And just noticing what is difficult. There's still a way to go for most people, including me, where we're not quite all the way into where we could sit down. It means we would fall. Great. But we're just limbering up a little here. Okay. Oh, that's lovely. Now, if you're finding you've only got a small range of movement there, you're limited by your knee, looking after your knees, then let's see, you're going to take a little squatting position, but you're going to be in a forward bend as well, and your hands will be on the floor. Otherwise, put your sit bones as close to the floor as you can and keep your heels as close to the floor as you can. And we're going to put our hands on the floor. So we've all got the hands on the floor. The knees are as bent as your knees are able. All right, and we're going to swing the hips from side to side. And what's going to happen there is we'll be starting to move the feet. So exploring that last little bit of flexibility in the feet. Try to stretch right down into the Achilles tendon at the back of the calf, back of the heel. Just finding your movement, your little pockets of resistance, appreciating them, seeing if we can feel a little more limber in the feet and the ankles. Beautiful. And if you feel that it's going to work, you can try sitting down from here, or else help yourself to sit down, however that's going to work, without falling back and hitting your head, of course. All right, let's take a seat onto the blanket. So if we keep working on all those little movements, and there's so many parts to being able to sit on the floor and stand up. And that squatting is just part of it. All right, we're going to do Janu Shisasana. Both legs out in front. And we'll bring the left leg in. So I'm sitting on my blanket and I've got my sit bones just behind the front edge of the blanket. It gives me a head start on tipping the pelvis forward. And for our forward bend range of movement, the head start is a really nice thing. So, of course, you can do this sitting flat on the floor, but if you have a lot of forward movement, that would be fine. But if you're limited in your forward range and you're really working on improving that, the blanket really helps. All right, let's put the left leg out to the side. And not everyone is comfortable with this movement in their knee. There's a little bit of a twisting movement to the knee. So you could put a pillow underneath so you don't have to try and reach it so far. But if you're comfortable reaching down onto the floor or a pillow, then press the knee down that way. So you want to press your legs down and lift the spine. So we have the sit bones anchored nicely on the blanket, the legs feeling like a beautiful foundation, and the spine tall and strong and healthy. Great. Finding your breath. We're going to swim the left arm like a freestyle towards the little toe side of the foot and take that movement as it feels good. Really go for the arm movement so that you're moving your ribs. You want to explore again your full range of movement. So reaching right back behind you, right out in front of you. You might feel that this is working the left lower back is where we're particularly stretched. Oh, we'll do one more swim. And then you're going to hold your left hand where it reaches towards your left little toe. So it might be holding on your leg there. Maybe you can hold your foot and your right hand on the floor for balance. Because I want you to wriggle yourself to find your best stretch for your left lower back. Move your ribs around. We want to try and get the bones of the spine forward. So we're not stretching the skin over the spine here. If we try and reach further forward than we're really ready for, then that's what's going to happen. The back is going to feel really tight or taut. And what I want you to do is, in fact, back off a little bit and bring the bones forward. Ooh, so then you're supporting a healthy shape in the spine. There's room for the discs between the spine. And you can breathe and enjoy that space you've given yourself. And try to keep pressing the bones. Beautiful. If you've reached a long way, you're holding your foot, you can hold your big toe side of your foot with your right hand. And we use the breath and let the movement follow the breath. Beautiful. And then coming up. And we're going to take the left leg out to straight and the right leg bent in. And the right knee down onto the floor or onto a cushion, whatever feels better for your knee. And then we want to just check in. The sit bones are supported on the edge of the blanket. Bring the pelvis forward. Good. And press the legs down, finding your anchor. And as you press the legs down, letting the spine lift, making space. Lovely. And we're going to swim with the right side of the body this time. So the right arm. Take it right back behind you and then reaching forward. To the little toe side of the foot. Swimming forward. Really explore your movement and let the ribs really, really stretch. And we are stretching the skin of the right side of the back here. Reach forward as far as you can and hold. So your right hand is going in the direction of your little toe, somewhere along your leg, maybe even your foot. But now we want to back off a little bit, just enough to feel like you can bring the bones of the spine forward and take that feeling of stretching the skin out of your back. We want to feel like the bones are really embedded into the muscle. Beautiful. And we're breathing. Good. So if you are reaching your foot, you might want to join with your left hand, can hold the big toe side. Otherwise, keep it on the floor for balance. And we're going to explore bringing the bones of the spine forward, finding each breath a little more length and ease. So reaching center front torso to the little toe side of the foot. Exploring your stretch. Nicely. And release. And we're going to lay down. Let's see. Hips on the floor, legs bent, feet hip width parallel. Put your arms down beside you, palms down. And then we're going to lift just the tailbone. When you lift the tailbone, notice how the belly flattens towards the spine. There's a nice pressure to the spine. in the opposite direction to the way we normally carry ourselves. And then let's go bone by bone off the floor. So keep pressing the feet and keeping the legs parallel. The knees want to go out to the side. Keep the legs parallel and pick up bone by bone. Go as slow as you like. Whatever feels good here. But we want to lift right up on to the highest part of your back that you can get to. Keep letting your neck lengthen along the floor. And then we're going to lower down, bone by bone. And you're going to keep doing that movement, rolling up and rolling down. You might like to add your arms in. So as you roll up, you can take the arms overhead. As you roll down, you can leave them overhead until the last moment. It feels really nice with the shoulders, the chest, and then bring them back by your side. So rolling up, arms overhead. Leave the arms overhead while you start to roll down and feel that movement in your upper back. Try to go bone by bone. Notice how we want to rush ahead, bone by bone. Try to get every joint moving. And when you lay down, bring your arms back. And one more of those. Bone by bone. No need to rush. No need to skip any part. Arms overhead if you're enjoying that. Lovely. And then arms back by your side. Okay, let's take a little bamboo pose. So blanket under the hips to aid the legs really just balancing into your chest. The feet come off the floor, knees into the chest, and then straighten your legs. So if it feels like you're struggling in your core to hold your legs up, then make your blanket higher. And maybe you need it in a different spot under your hips. So you can play around with that. But it really should just feel like a balance. If you can't get that feeling, because we want to really relax here, then put your feet on the floor and just let your core relax. Okay, and then however it feels good for your arms, I'm going to do cactus arms with my bamboo legs. Like a botanic garden. Bring the elbows out from the shoulders. And the elbows are 90 degrees, backs of the hands, facing the floor. Some people's hands reach the floor and some people's do not. So just doing what feels good for your shoulders. Lovely. And then we'll bend in the arms and the legs. Take the blanket out. Take the arms out from your shoulders out to the side. And we might do a slightly different twist. Let's bring the feet out to the edge of the mat. And we're just going to let the legs gently roll from one side to the other. Of course, in doing that, you need your core awareness. So when you lift the leg, you can feel that your spine is really supported by your strong core. You can feel those tummy muscles helping with the lift or doing most of the work. Good. And then you let them relax when you get the legs down onto switch them onto it. So exploring your tension and release. So lovely to have both these things. And then back to the center. And we're going to rock a little bit from side to side, massaging your sacrum, lower back. Ah, beautiful. So if you'd like to stay for Shavasana, lay your legs out this straight. And if you need to finish your practice, rolling to your right side and coming up to sitting. Namaste to you. And Shavasana people, when you lay your legs out straight, if there's any discomfort or tension in your lower back, putting your blanket underneath your thighs can be so supporting and comforting. So take that if you need it or make yourself warm enough. And we're going to check in along the whole body, getting the shoulder blades nice and flat against your back rib. Feeling quite even in your weight across your sacrum and your shoulder blades. Finding your breath. Odds are there are places in your body where you generally hold tension without realizing. In the practice of Shavasana, we might discover that the same place recurs over and over. For me, it's always the left lower back. See where you can find tension that really is unnecessary just now and let it go. Allowing yourself to really relax. As each place in the body is mentioned, bring your focus to that place. Noticing what is present. Noticing if there is potential to relax even further. Beginning with your toes. The soles of your feet. The arches and ankles. Lower leg. and knees and thighs. Hips and belly, buttocks, and lower back. Middle back, between your shoulder blades and your shoulders. Back rib, side rib, and front rib. Armpit, shoulders, upper arm, elbows, forearms, and wrists. Palms of your hands, backs of your hands, thumbs, and fingers. The back of your neck, throat, base of your skull, scalp, forehead. Around your eyebrows and between them, around your eyes. Nose and mouth. Lips and tongue. Roof of your mouth. Jaw and ear. Whole body supported, held in your focus, breath by breath. Take a couple of deep breaths now. And start to gently wriggle your fingers and your toes. Bending in your arms and your legs. Finding your movement. How your body feels in movement. And rolling to your right side. And then coming up to sitting. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart. Take the feeling of the practice with you. Namaste.